the same time in the morning, so we're not necessarily on, RJ and I schedule. I'm on my schedule, he's on his, and we just happen to be in the gym together.
Overlaps. Yeah, obviously, you talked a lot about how much your older brother is a role model for you in the game. How much has RJ been?
Oh, I mean, he's been a huge role model. He's taken me in the second I stepped foot on campus. He's been like my big brother since, and I mean, he's helped me mentally, he's helped me physically, he's just helped me with reads. Like, he's done so much for me, and I'm thankful for him.
He's called you his little son. Do you take that as like, is that like kind of diss, or is that with love, or tell me about that?
A little bit of both. He
Okay.
tries to diss me a little bit, but it's also with love. I love RJ. He's like my big brother nowhere. He doesn't like my dad. But yeah, that's just him.
Isn't dissing in the team concept sort of love?
Oh yeah. When we're dissing each other, it's we're saying we love you. That's all it is.
Good Adam.
Yeah. This is the guy humor, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I wanted to ask you about RJ and his toughness. Do you think that's an underrated part of his game? I mean, he has so many different facets of what he does and everything, but I mean, you look over here the last couple games, he's got the stuff shoved up his nose.
Absolutely. I mean, he's an incredibly tough kid. You see how teams try and play him. They try to be extra physical with him. Try and take him out of sets. Try and use their bigger and stronger bodies to their advantage, but he plays through and he goes to get 20 plus every single game. So, I think it speaks on his toughness. And on defensive end, he's picked it up so much this year.
Sure.
He's really an asset to this team defensively. And, I think it speaks on his toughness being a smaller guard.
Is he crazy how many times he gets the nosebleeds? I mean,
his nose,
have you ever been
he's got such a dry nose. Like, he's really got to do something about it. I don't know what he's got to do, but he's got to do something about it.
Right.
It's like every game.
Yeah.
Yeah, his nose was bleeding last night, actually. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, you ever find yourself like, geez, Doug, again, going for he's like a cut man.
Yeah, I feel bad for Doug almost. It's like every other 10 minutes, Doug is going to go get some tissues.
He's just sitting over there holding it, waiting for him to go over.
Right.
Seth, just sort of generally, what do you make of Alabama's offense and the pace and the challenges that poses for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Alabama, they're a super fast pace. Thing about Alabama, they take the first opportunity on the offensive end they can get. They love to hunt threes on the offensive end. We looked at, Alabama just as a team, they're not really like a mid-range shooting three, so they're either in the paint or on the three-point end, and I think it just speaks, kind of relates to our principles. We like to do nothing in the paint and nothing on the three-point line, so we got to try and force them into taking maybe tough twos, but that's not what they do, so,
How do you sort of straddle the line? Obviously, you guys like to get out and transition offensively as well. How do you still play to that without letting the game get sort of chaotic and out of control?
Right. Having a good balance. I think we got a lot of smart guys in the team, so I think we know when to slow it down. I think Alabama's last game against GCU, there's a lot of possessions where it was just, like you mentioned, just fast going. So, I think we'll have that sense and just that IQ to slow it down when we need to. But we want to get on a run. We want to run. We know they run too, but we're ready for it. We have good balance. We always do a good job. I feel like getting our guys back, so we're prepared for it.
Take me to practice, or when you guys are just playing in the summer. When when you're on RJ, when he gets you with that step back, how frustrating is that as a defender?
It never really hits me with that step back. I always see it coming. I don't keep. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. There's a lot of times. Defenders in games. There's a lot of times you play great defense on RJ. They have 10 seconds of a good possession, and then he hits you with a step back three. But you kind of just have to acknowledge it and accept it, and you just gotta walk away smiling from it. You can't really do nothing about it.
It's on a different level this season than it was last year.
Absolutely.
How did you see that process unfold over the summer? Was there a moment where you're like, okay, he's got it now. This is high-level stuff.
The preseason game. The preseason game. When he came out, I don't know, what do you have, like 17 in 4 minutes or 5? Whatever it was, he did something crazy that preseason game. I was like, it's his year this year. We knew. RJ in the summer, RJ in practice, he's always gets everybody involved, does what he needs to do. But when it comes to game time, that's when you see, the real version of RJ.
Is there a description you guys have for his step back? Is there a word or something that you guys call it? Sort of among yourselves?
But it's special.
Just RJ being RJ?
It's RJ, yeah. It's RJ being RJ.
Changing topics a little bit.